Okay, hello everybody, and welcome to a Sunday Musings in the Oasis. Now, a lot's happened, and I already think I might take a break here in a little bit. Maybe just do one of these, and then I kind of want to go shovel the walk because, like, we did get a little bit of snow, not a whole lot, but I mean, it's I don't know. One of my frustrations with the HOA is like, we pay so much money for it, and they have people come by. They have work crews come by all the time, but not when it like matters. Like it snowed, you'd think, there's a lot of elderly people in my complex. They'd be more concerned about that. But then, like they were over here the other day cleaning up leaves, and the leaves were still on the tree, and they were just like cleaning up the leaves that had already fallen, but most of the leaves were still in the tree. A lot of us were just kind of looking like, is this for real? Like, are we so, anyways, and a lot of it's just like communication and stuff. I'm sure a lot of the people that run the HOA don't even live here. I know one does, um, but like, uh, and I'm sure they have a standard. Like, if it doesn't snow like this much, then they don't call the crews or whatever because it's expensive. I know. I mean, I actually used to do some of that work as an odd job, but it was kind of funny. I worked with a bunch of the halfway house guys, and like they would let us know, depending on the snow, if it was enough snow, and that's how I have an idea about that, is because that actually happened. Like, oh, let's see. We do want sea pickles, but let's go ahead and make it heal up our. Oh no! I was like, better hurry up and get the choices. He's probably gonna die. I don't really need the nautilus shells. All right, let's relieve you of your misery. No, we need that leather and the leads. But and if you've watched my older videos, you know that a lot of times I will actually like adopt the llamas, and I made a llama lounge back in my other area, the same place in Darius. Oh, I also just noticed if you look in the middle of the map to the right, it looks like the goat's shooting a laser beam. I forgot about that. That's a giant. That's like when I first started doing recordings, and I was noticing that there was a light. I think it was from a sea pickle, but there was a light source. There might be other things. Like I say that, but let's go investigate this. Do you think that's a sea pickle that's making that light? Actually, yeah, I can already say this, but not these. That. So maybe it has to be a fully grown sea pickle, like patch. Because there's one, there's two, and then there's a spot with four. Looks that way. Oh, wait, that's a three, it looks like. And that one looks like it's emitting some light. So maybe it has to be a minimum of three pickles, a cluster of three sea pickles to be emitting light. Although I say that, but look at that right there. That almost looks like there's light coming from the two. Maybe it's just a gradual, like, intensity of light. Also, sorry, Squidlies, we need ink sacs. Something I noticed. Oh yeah, so many changes have happened since the last Oasis. I built. Well, first off, I built a mining. Let's go look at that. What was I doing? I feel like I was getting pulled down. Okay. So yeah, this Oasis is really coming along. We've got all these trees. We've got almost every tree here. I actually brought. Well, so we have jungle trees because there's a jungle nearby. We got mangrove trees, I believe, from a wandering trader. Excuse me. And we got oak, birch, and jungle trees. We got all three of those. If you look at the map from north of the northernmost green teardrop, in that kind of like green area. And you might have noticed we have spruce. I went back to my main base, the place where it's all started. Um, Down there, if you look at the sideways green teardrop. But yeah, now we have spruce trees just growing randomly on little pads. I could have like dug down and put the pads in like so it was level, but yeah, I don't really plan on keeping these for long. I plan on tearing them all down and just literally or explicitly using these for farming. I don't know. I might change my mind. Ooh, it did change the pod soil here. That's interesting. So it has an area of effect lower as well. And that's one thing I was testing by putting these trees up in the air. These trees all grew without any water source within 4 blocks of anywhere. So, which I guess that makes sense because when the trees grow in nature, there's hardly ever a water block a water source block nearby a tree. I mean, there are, I mean, but at the same time, if you think about the entire vast forests that I've explored, there hasn't been like rivers running through every single one, like to where there'd be that, or underwater aquifers within 4 blocks, because that's another possibility. So, all right. Anyways, let's see, we got a bed. We built that. Oh, the lectern's new, and that's why we need the ink sacs. So now we need chickens. So, oh, and some sad news. All of the cows perished. My old cows. I could have said nothing, and you would have never known. But I had to put the glass there because I came back here, you know, in between my last filmings and now, and they were all gone. In fact, let's go ahead and make this a little more robust because we need lots of cows. So we need lots of leather. We need lots of books. We need 3 books per each bookshelf. And I try to heal up my tools whenever I can because it saves on trips down. Actually, I only had to make 1 or 2 trips during the whole construction of my mining area. Also, I made a whole nother place for chickens because we need feathers for the pen quill, the quillin book, whatever. I didn't get hardly any experience in that. And then the eggs. Wait, didn't I just see an egg? Oh well. And this seems messed up, but I have a higher success rate when I hit them with the egg to hatch a little baby duck. Chicken. But they look like ducks on the city's texture pack, which is awesome. Okay, so anyways, there's that. I haven't done any work on the tree. I did get some cocoa beans because I realized we didn't really have any out here. And it does look like the vines only grow vertically on the original trees. I thought that maybe it would creep over because normally that's how they used to. But then again, the thing I'm thinking of was on Java version. I was playing on the computer, which now I actually played this realm on my computer as well. It's awesome. So I just love it. I mean, I feel kind of like guilty with Microsoft. Like, yes, I've bought a lot of their products and I've given them a lot of my money. At the same time, I've used a lot of their stuff, like, well, like Microsoft Office stuff. I don't know. Like, I feel like I could have paid for more licenses that way, or use the free trial version, then just switch computers or something, or I don't know. But at the end of the day, I have paid for multiple licenses and bought multiple computers from Microsoft. So I'm not too, well, not from Microsoft, but they have a, what is that, an OEM something, but like it's a machine specific license, so you can't transfer it to other computers, which is unfortunate. And I didn't know that that was a thing. I thought, oh, especially working in an IT, and that's how I learned it actually. So I had a bunch of Windows computers that were decommissioned, and I was like, oh, I'll just take the Windows license off of one of these. And then come to find out, it was only for that machine. It was sold as a machine-specific license. So for the life of the machine, there was a Windows license. Now, if you buy the Windows license, like basically it's an investment. Like, every human could stand to use one Windows license for life. And then that is your Windows identity. That is like your social security number with Windows for life. And it's interesting because now Twitter, which or X app, as it's now known, has already matched that and surpassed that too. Because they're using, basically these tech companies are making ways so they can identify you to cut down on fraud, overcharging, but at the same time cut down on loss of money as well. So that if you expect to have X amount of money for X amount of users that are using your software, or whatever the terms may be, maybe like it's not user specific, maybe it's time specific. Like for X amount of years, you can have this, and that's actually that makes sense too from an accounting perspective, because all income has to be reported, within a certain time, which very frustrating with my work. Like we have some great benefits, but like you got to do it like within the time frame, and it's like, ugh. So, but that's on me. That's not my company. That's me getting better as an adult, learning new things that I have to adult with. So. Plus, I'm relatively new. I'm only starting my second year with the company. So, granted, all my jobs since college have been like a couple of years. 2 years building wind turbine blades, a year and some change as a software developer, lead software developer, by the way, of the team, which was a very low bar because I was the only software developer. So that's kind of a fake title that I. But anyways, I'm not a very Well, it was a mixed bag. I wasn't the best developer, but I didn't have hardly any like leadership. I mean, they just kind of like said, "Okay, here you go," and then like figure it out, like comb through the entire IT tickets and find the solutions for problems and but at the same time, be developing software and debugging and all this and it was just and then like my bosses changed and then it was like my new boss had an idea of what he wanted me to do, which was completely different from what I was already doing. So I was like, "All right, shift gears," but and then I just needed to take a vacation and finally just like, yeah, everybody needs to take time off. And in fact, I need to work on that. Now I've got tons of time off. I just haven't had a chance to take it. And why do I have a box? Where did I get this chest? Oh, I also completed my. Let's see. We have some produce. And my automatic bone meal. I did not invent this. Waddles, I think, was the first one I saw do this, but I'm sure other people have done this. Actually, almost nothing is really original in this game anymore. So that's my one disclaimer, and I'll probably say it again through these things: is if you see me doing it, I probably saw someone else do it, and that reminds me of my favorite statue that's on Colorado State University campus. It says, "I saw what I saw because I stood on the shoulders of giants," or something like that. It's been a while since I've seen it, but and I think it's an Isaac Newton. Again, not too important. I mean, granted, great that he did, X, Y, and Z, but he's dead now. It's our time, and as human nature and people, I feel like we're too fanatical about our achievements. Even the people, it's awkward receiving praise. And for a lot of the stuff that I do, even, like, I mean, granted, I haven't done anything, like, super spectacular, but the stuff that I do, I'd almost rather just be like, okay, yeah, high five, and then be done with it. Let's not dwell on that. Like, let's be on to the next big thing. This is cool, but imagine the potential applications of this. Like, how can we take this and run with it? Like, that's why all of my projects, which pretty ghetto. I started dusting off the cobwebs of a math app. Also, here's my mine, and it's very fancy. I did it all in polished diorite stairs, so like white marble looking stairs. Stuff looks especially good in the city texture pack because it looks like marble. Like this looks pretty fancy, and this is even better. That like I dug out more in this mine than I did in my main mine back home, which was kind of sad, but oh well. And also, you'll notice on the map I'm heading away from our main base. I'm going north, so faceth the teardrop. Or I guess the point, I guess, wherever the point's going. Oh, but look, it's a horrible mine because it hasn't been used yet. It's a brand new, fresh, like now I'm at negative 59. However, I made it to where, oh, this was one of the reasons why I wanted to do this down here. Okay, maybe, I doubt that that's what this one was for, but I did forget to do. There. So you can hold mine carts. And anyways, this track, it's a very boring track. It's just 2x2, barely any headroom, and it just goes from here, if you see on the mini map, through the nether portal area and all the way down past the goat head, under like a channel and a river, and actually under our glass channel too. Um, all the way back to our original base, which is just that tiny pocket of jungle between a savanna like taiga or whatever they call it and the Badlands, which that's where one of my kiddos had a fortress that we were working on, but now I'm trying to convince them to take an entire map somewhere. Also, I didn't notice that. Oh, and yeah, let me show you our riches. So, just from excavating, that, I feel like I lost my R there. Um, excavating that tunnel, building that mine shaft or that minecart tunnel, all the way back to the home base, which was long. It was a ton, and I almost destroyed my pickaxe. I whittled it down all the way until it was almost red before. Well, I was still pretty generous. Like I think it was still around like half, almost like barely under half. But anyways, let's go look at our riches. We have 2 stacks. Oh, I guess he did take some. I did have 9 here, but that's okay. I told my son he could play and take some stuff. But all of this redstone And the diamonds I took from the home base, I definitely did not find that from underground. I don't think I ran into a single diamond, or sorry, a single emerald. But these diamonds, 2 stacks, just from digging a 2x2 tunnel from at level -59. So, yeah. And there's the minecart. I put that away so I could kind of free up some space in my inventory, which I really should figure out. Is that? Oh yeah, it's here. Starting to get more fish and flowers and stuff, like trying to figure out what kind of like neat things I can collect. But yeah, this is like my food produce sea pickle. I'll actually put those up here because these are very important. Whoops. Because those we know give off light, and so we're gonna need light sources to truly appreciate. Ooh, actually what we should do. Oh, never mind, we did do that. For some reason I thought the glass tunnel was over there. I was like, we should make a glass tunnel here so it's right next to the base, but that's exactly what we did. And we're gonna remove this dead coral. And we're gonna put new coral in. Huh. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of dead coral to take out. But we should hold off on that, because, I mean, I guess we could just throw all the coral we want there. Sorry, I'm making decisions right now, executive decisions. Yes, let's go ahead and let's keep actually, let's go ahead and store it up there, because it'll automatically get pulled through. Also, you can put torches on these things, but not on those things. Go figure. You can't put a torch on this thing, so anything that's a half a block about can't have torches. But anyways, yeah. As you can see, it'll slowly fill that up, and that goes in there, and then oh, I guess it wasn't enough to pop one more bone meal. And then you can actually sit here and watch it. Also, I destroyed this chest. Oh, that's where it came from, because I destroyed this chest. That's right. Because I needed to be able to jump up here. I didn't need to, but I was able to do that before I put these boxes here. So I stand on the chest. So anyways, and I don't even like using the half chests unless there's a specific purpose. Like this is all of my cartography stuff. I have tons and tons of cartography stuff. And this box is exclusively for the cartography table. Now, I do like the doubles here, because then if you really get these things going with tons and tons of sugar, usually it's sugar cane because that's the easiest to grow. You just set it and forget it. And don't use a tool, because I think that still wears out the durability. But yeah, the only problem with this is you need to be in the area. The chunk needs to be spawned in. See, that stuff's going to grow really slowly, if at all. And then this stuff, yeah. So yeah, so like I was starting to say, I dusted off the cobwebs of a math app. Now, I'm going to try to make a math blaster of sorts. I loved Math Blaster when I was growing up. Not to take away from them. In fact, I might even like take a look and see if there's something, because the problem is it's not that there's not enough learning materials, it's that there's not enough people willing to take the time to explain it. Tutors and teachers and like on-demand teachers. And that's the kind of thing that I'm trying to gather up some people for, is I'm trying to organize a Twitch, and that's the thing I gotta look into. I don't know if Twitch is the proper platform for it. It might have to be a YouTube thing, but basically have a certain dedicated amount of people to do streams at a certain time every week. Oh yeah, executive decision. We're gonna spruce it up. Let's even put some sea pickles down there. We have the glow ink. We'll leave the glow ink there, but we'll put the actual ink sacs. Oh, so much stuff. Wait, do we have some seeds? A little, not much. I mean, that kind of... What we really should do is make a farm. I try to do that pretty much everywhere I have a main base. So let's see. Yes, I know I'm sinking. Oops. And do. Okay. See, I like this. Hmm. Why can't I put it there? Interesting. I wasn't able to place it there. Is it because of that thing? I think. Oh, it's. There's a piece of glass right there. What? No. What? Oh. Oh, and it kills it. Okay. That's what I thought happened. So. Although, wait a minute. Dead brain coral, dead horn coral. Interesting. So all of that is. So there's different types of dead coral. I didn't realize that. Okay, anyways. Sorry. A lot of hemming and hawing for nothing. I'm basically going to try to. Put more coral around. Maybe even make it like. Why can I not place it on the side? Interesting. Well, I do want it to be like. I was trying to make it more cactus-y. This is that brain coral block. Okay. We don't have a whole lot of this stuff. Yeah, see, some of it you can place on the side. See, it won't let me place it on the side of that. It won't let me place it on the side of it. Oh, that is so dumb. That's okay. I'll get more. And then I'll place it like up the side of that, but it's interesting. Oh, you know what? I already know a better way to do it. If we got a bunch of, you could either use dirt or sands. Dirt would probably be easier. And then you just place the dirt where you want it, and then place the block on top of it. Okay. So, in fact, I'm going to leave, because I might forget that. I'm going to leave a piece of dirt and a piece of dead coral. So you see. Oh, whoops. There. So now, oh gosh, I'm about to die. So, oh, and I did die in between. I did lose a life. So the last recording and now, I died. I got all my tools back, thank goodness. If you race back to where you died, I'm trying to remember. So where I died, if you look on this map, it's actually off of the map to the south. In fact, maybe it is right there, like, 'cause it's like kind of like taiga, savanna-like biome. That, and it's on the way to my buddy's area. He has Balagma, the map that's just south of Endarius, and yeah. Oh, I should probably let him know that like this thing's kicking off again. I mean, he might actually still be playing. I don't know. Like he kind of comes and goes. Yeah, like I said, I'm getting my kids in on this, and they're gonna each have a plot of land, and then yeah. Although they're off on other games right now, and they're already bored of Fortnite, which is hilarious. Like, because I mean, I'll give you a hint. They're not quite teenagers, but without giving out too much personal information, you know, they're still technically too young, but that's a PG-13 type thing for me, and it is PG-13 or rated teen. But like, you know, with parental guidance and with someone sitting right there and explaining all of it, because I was playing Wolfenstein with my own parental guidance. How did I get hurt there? Anyways, my dad watched me play Wolfenstein and explained what was video game violence and what was real violence and what was okay and what wasn't okay. And we even know gun safety, proper gun safety with my kiddos. Granted, without any real guns, mind you, because we're in the city and I don't really believe in that. I mean, when I was up in the mountains, whew, I had a lot of guns, like a lot. And then I sold them off to cops when I moved to the city because, one, I didn't trust my roommates. And two, I didn't trust people in desperate times. And now cities tend to have more people going through desperate times, or at least perceived as desperate times. And that's one of the big things about criminal justice and criminal behavior and the fact that you're only temporarily a criminal. Like, if you keep messing up, then yeah, you're going to keep being a criminal longer. However, you can stop being a criminal and be a former knucklehead, is what I like to call it, or have a checkered past. Like, if you've done some things that probably weren't with the rules, then yeah, you have a checkered past. And everybody's done it. Everybody's broken a rule, especially when you start driving. Like, oh my gosh, but in fact, I broke a rule the other day. And I had to look it up. I checked to see if you're really supposed to not change lanes in an intersection. Now, I did see in there, and I saw a lot of results from a Google search, and that's all it is. You know, this is nothing magical or anything. I used to think that it was the law that you could not change lanes in an intersection. In fact, I've just heard that. I've heard people say that. Now, I don't think I've actually heard one of my cop buddies say that, and that's probably who I should have asked. But instead of doing that, I just Google searched. And technically in Colorado, it's not illegal to change lanes in the intersection. However, it does make you unpredictable and it is dangerous. So it's not advisable. Now, I will tell you this, if you cross a solid white line, you can get pulled over and get a ticket. I know somebody, yeah, he's a friend, acquaintance, but um, more like acquaintance, I'd say. But anyways, um, sorry, it's kind of awkward. If he was a friend, I'd be hanging out with him and stuff like that. So I guess it is more of acquaintance. But anyways, I don't hang out with anybody. I kind of don't like people. Hold on. He forgot he had to turn at a light, and so he crossed a solid white line to get in there, and he got a ticket. But that was down in Denver. But I do have another buddy who got sideswiped by a car because he was going through. He had the right of way. I mean, he had just like I don't know. Actually, now that I think about it, maybe he was like running a bit of a red light. Maybe it just changed, and then the car. Either way, the car swung wide into the other lane. It should have gone into the closest lane, because it was making a left-hand turn. But it basically like instead of turning into the closest lane, he turned left into the farthest lane, and he hit him. So, and he was just on a little moped, like he was just like, you know. Anyways, that's it for this episode. Uh, yeah. We'll see. I might go. I don't know. Like the snow's already pretty much melted off. I just feel bad. There's a couple elderly people in our complex. Ah, what the heck? I'll go run this shovel. All right. Ta-ta for now. I'll see you later. Oh wait, no, it's only 27 minutes. Sorry. I was fiddling with. I had to delete some videos, and then my kids put some more videos on. So. I don't know. I don't know if I'll ever release those. Well, it's up to them and their mother. And I'd have to decide about that. But because they're so cute. They do like little streams and stuff and they're practicing. And they're really good at games. My gosh, like they're like my daughters beat Astro's Playroom, like beat the boss and everything. And then my son, well, both of them are really good at Fortnite. They're both like level 150 to 170 like every season. And then yeah. And granted, yes, I do help out a little bit with it, but most of it's them. Like they've gotten crowned victory royales like one twice in a row before. Like usually working together, but like sometimes not. Sometimes I think they've just I know they have because I take pictures of it usually when they do. At least I used to. After like the fifth or sixth one for each of them, they're both kind of like, nah, whatever. Like been there, done that. On to the next things. And that's why I'm so excited that my son got excited about this today. So, and this isn't even like close to being done. I just got these like half-built glass walls. Like that's as far as I could reach. And then I'm still debating on putting like a floating platform in here. Just having it like be like surreal and like just hanging. Anyways, that's closer to 30 minutes. We'll call that an episode. Alright, ta-ta. I'll see you in the next one.